On today's Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for July 5th, Wafer Gardens by Chickeninab0x. Wafer Gardens is a speed tech track made from the surfaces road and sausage, and you will also find the effect blocks engine off and reset in the track. Starting out the track, you will find a GPS which drives a time of 39.338, and this is nearly half a second faster than the author metal time. Then throughout the track, you will find a couple of soft speed checks, though none of which are particularly difficult. And to end off the track, we have a single finish line. In terms of difficulty, I found Wafer Gardens to be a little bit more challenging than an average track of the day and would rate it a 6 out of 10. I did, however, find the metal times to be a little bit easier than an average track of the day, with my personal best of a 39.288 coming in over half a second ahead of the author metal time of 39.808. The gold medal time was 43 seconds, the silver 48 seconds, and the bronze 1 minute. There were some aspects on Wafer Gardens that I did enjoy and others I did not, and I would rate it a plus. For the route analysis and comparison today, we are using the current world record Ghost driven by Chickeninab0x, and they had a time of 39.308, and this is nearly 1 second ahead of my personal best. At the start here, we're just going to drop down towards the left a little bit to get the speed of the downslope, but then you want to go back up towards the right a little bit to try to avoid airtime. And then we're moving on to the first major corner in the track here, which we are both setting up wide. However, the world record goes for a small drift and I go for a small release. In the moment, I knew the release was going to be worse. I didn't know it was going to be as bad as this was, but I just found it more consistent, and that is why I went for it. Then this next corner here, we're going to have another small drift, but because my line was so far inside, I'm going to have to overdrift it in order to get a clean exit here. And when you are leaving, you want to drive out as straight as possible. I was turning a little bit, which caused a little bit of slide out. And then through this part here, we can just full send it. Then as we approach the sausage here, another different approach for me in the world record with them taking full inside. I go from outside to inside. I tried the inside line fully, and usually I would either crash on the left-hand wall or fly out towards the right. Then we have another drift here towards the right, which I started a little bit late, so I get a small amount of airtime, but it did work in my favor because I end up leaving wide here towards the left, which gave me immediate ground contact where the world record had to jump out of. Then for this jump here, you want to be as straight as possible. If you land a little bit sideways, you will be sliding, and that will most likely cause you to crash out. Then coming up, you may think this is a drift, but we're just going to do some releasing here and try your best to avoid the penalty grass on the upper left. This is the part of the track I didn't really care for. You know, my exit here on this one was much worse than it usually was. I exited quite high, and I was very lucky to keep as much speed as I even did. We saw the world record leave a little bit lower, but they still got quite a bouncy landing, and overall, I just didn't really care for this part. With how much I bounce, I end up kind of getting pushed to the outside left here, while the world record just took it fully inside. And as we get towards the top of this hill, you do have a chance of sliding out a little bit, so you want to try to counter steer if you can, if you do get that slide out. Then we're pretty much just full sending it to the end here. You just want to get over to this right side and take the jump to the finish line. And that is going to do it for today's analysis. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Just a reminder that I will be streaming here on YouTube tomorrow, starting 2 hours before the track of the day releases. We'll most likely be playing some campaign stuff, maybe some ranked, and we will be playing the Cup of the Day. And a reminder that the track analysis videos are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday for the next one.